Hello. Welcome to day 5. I said yesterday's was day 5, but it was actually only day 4. So this is day 5 of my 31-day series on mental health tips, things that I've seen on Instagram that may help. So today's is from Brad Stolberg. I'll put his handle down below on Instagram. And it's about change and how we think of change and maybe a new way to think of change. So the typical model of change is, how does he put it? Order, disorder. Order, disorder. Y'all, I have that light. Do you see it in my glasses? That's probably annoying. We'll just do this. It's like it's something that happens to you. But if you think about it, change happens to anything that's alive. If you're not changing, you're... So he proposes thinking of it a different way, which is change, disorder, reorder. And I think he said that's originally from Richard Rohr, R-O-H-R. Yeah, it's a continuous cycle. We kind of crave, I crave stability because I had such an unstable childhood. I had a very unstable marriage. I like being very stable. Like, one thing that I know that I provided my kids that I did not get was stability. They knew where I was. They knew they could count on me. If I said I was going to do something, I did it. Just like rhythm and routine. That's super important for me. And I think I can sometimes make it too important, right? So he talks about how stability doesn't come from resisting change. It comes from learning to work with, adapt, and grow from the change. And so I think reframing it to where we think of change, there not being something wrong and we have to get back to the way it was, it's an opportunity for reordering. And that could be something as small as, changing a small part about your routine during the day, to moving or changing jobs. I mean, we're talking, it could be micro, it could be huge. But if we approach it from the frame of, oh, this is very normal, I will reorder and find my new normal. It just makes it not seem, in my opinion, it makes it not seem so negative. He says the latest findings from psychology, biology, sociology, philosophy, and neuroscience all demonstrate that change itself is neutral. It's how we respond to it, either negatively or positively, and what we do with it that really makes the difference. Change, resilience, and growth are all intimately related, and he gives kind of a list of how we can do that. 1 is accept what is happening. 2 is focus on what you can control. This is obviously huge, not obviously to you because you don't really know me, but it's huge to me as a codependent. So focus on what you can control. You cannot control other people. You can only control yourself. Respond, not react. For me, this shows up as taking a step back, thinking about it before I say or do something, not just that initial, ooh, this is what I feel, I'm gonna go act on it. Lean on routine. It's weird because I had no routines as a kid, but I worked really hard to develop routines, but then I over romanticize the routine when really my personality likes to be a little bit spontaneous. So then I get down on myself that I've broken my routine. But I think a nice way to put it, I like the words that he uses, is lean on routine. You don't have to be rigid, but also it helps to not just be all over the place. Stay consistent. If you saw my video from yesterday, I would put an asterisk by that because we can want to be consistent, but sometimes our mental health or our time doesn't allow it. I think consistency for me shows up as when I'm inconsistent, I do get back on track instead of just giving up. And that is consistency for me. Stay connected. Get help when you need it. Oof, that's a hard one for a hyper independent person like me. Are you hyper independent? And then make meaning on the other side. I think looking back and kind of evaluating what went on, why, what did we learn from it, that kind of a thing. So hopefully that was helpful. Again, this is from Brad Stolberg. I'm not a therapist. This is just me sitting on a chair in my room talking to you about an Instagram post that's been meaningful for me. So take it all with a grain of salt. I will be back tomorrow with day 6 on I'm not sure what. Thanks for watching.